Okay, we're back. All right. We're gonna just have a few minutes to let a few people jump into the room, and we'll get right into it. Got an interesting update today. You're probably thinking, "Wow, 2 days in a row. How can this be? So frequent. All of a sudden, I'm here, right?" I don't know. I felt like maybe I cut that one a little bit short yesterday. There was some more, a little bit more that I want to talk about today. I have a YouTube channel I recently came across that I thought was interesting, and then I was going to go into comments from a viewer from the last show real quick here. So I'll just let a few people jump in. Just give it a minute here. How am I sound today? Am I coming through clear? Okay, just a moment. Share my screen. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I made a video yesterday. We went into yesterday on the show. We went into a little bit about this new you were anon thing, the hidden history of flat Earth, right? We talked about that. We had a nice little chat. I thought that was a lot of fun, and kind of got into the hidden history, the mud flood theory, star forts, cathedrals, right? And there's another channel that I came across recently that I thought was really interesting as well. And that was this channel somebody had brought to my attention called Jetson White, right? I don't know if you guys have checked this out. It's not a big channel. It's only got about 25,000 subs. But I was going to talk about that, and I was actually going to do a whole show on just this channel because I got pretty intrigued by it. I thought it was really interesting. And so I'm just going to kind of summarize some of it. And then, if you're interested, then definitely check it out. I had some interesting comments from a fella here named Kurt Lent. He, I like to read my viewer comments, and he says, I'm not cheering anyone on from any channel, but you, the host of the channel, you're pretty bush league yourself at the bottom of the channel list for quality and reporting. Oh, well, and it's funny because I like to actually joke about that. I'm always, I'm quick to talk smack about my channel, right? It's pretty, I said it was low effort, right? I said that, yes. But we have fun here. Your information is right out of third grade. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think this is a little bit beyond third grade, but hey, to each their own opinion. Don't forget, you're not who we turn to for intel. Well, I didn't necessarily think that I was. I'm kind of one of those, I don't really have like the latest information. Sometimes I do once in a while, but I kind of like to put other channels and kind of highlight other channels on this channel and kind of just weave together a story using other content. That's kind of what I do. So, I said, well, I try not to take anything too seriously, even these hardcore mystifying topics. And by the way, I just rattled this off of my voice to text, right? I like to crack jokes, but he had a point, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. Why I brought this up. So I made a quick response, and then he wrote me back quite a lengthy response. He said, son, I've watched your channel for many months. You have mentioned me in past comments. Yes, you certainly should catch on that this process of awakening is a community effort, and your casting disparagement of other channels is not helpful. And I'm going to agree with you. Actually, I like to throw little jabs, and I think I talked some smack about Santa surfing, and I think I called the guy from Farsight. I said he looked like David Bowie, right, and stuff like that. And I wanted to come on here and say that, for number one, I wouldn't bring those people up if I didn't think they had something, right? I am a little bit, PO'd at David Wilcock. I kind of jab him, and I watch all his live streams still, even to this day. But I feel like, some of these channels just kind of, I feel like, create a false hope, right? Like last year when, obviously David Wilcock had that big thing in 2012, And then last year during COVID, he really hyped up like, 41020 and a couple or some stuff like that. I still love these guys. I still watch their stuff. I crack jokes about him, just because he does tend to be like extremely long-winded sometimes, but I would still watch him. If he had a live stream on right now, I wouldn't be doing this, right? So it's all with love and respect. I mean, I wouldn't be following these people if I didn't think they had a piece of the puzzle, so but I realize that I do need to choose my words a little more carefully. Sometimes when I'm on a live stream, I let it roll a little bit, and it gets late in here. I tend to do these at night, so not always as sharp as I'd like to be. But I'm gonna be a little more mindful, and I apologize to any offended persons out there. So he goes on to say, and I wanted you to feel the same impact. Okay, I felt it. Now you can attempt to be above it all, but you are not aware that those of us in the audience have achieved some pretty good results ourselves. He claims to manage a $200 billion business, hold a double PhD in law and business, homeschooled 5 children. Great accomplishments, man. I'd like to know what $200 billion business that is. It's like Fortune 500 business, right? I pray that you would seek guidance from above. I do. And remember to support those that seem to be in the same effort you are. Don't lose your faith. Don't worry about what other channels are up to. Continue to review the situation. That's what I do here, though. Like, so that's kind of like what I do, right? I show people content that's out there and try to weave it into a nice story and try to figure things out, right? So I like this line, though. If you can't stay strong, stay quiet. Pray, think, and gather yourself and speak about your position. So yeah, Kurt, well, I appreciate the comment. I checked out your channel. Here I go. I didn't listen to this whole thing yet, but it sounds like you had to throw some stuff off the dome there. I saw you like the stack silver. I noticed you got 1 like and 10 dislikes on this video. So I don't know, but I mean, hey, you're showing some silver off. So, much love to Kurt. So we'll just, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, I'll try to be, I have a sarcastic tone. I like to kind of just speak off the cuff, and I do throw little jabs at other creators. That's what I do here. I don't know. So anyway, all right. So the main event, the big story today. I meant to do this in my last live stream, but I'm going to do it now. So a friend of mine, before my Facebook got totally burned and taken over, and I don't know what happened to it. A close friend of mine sent me this page, and she said, "Did you check this out?" And I said, "No, I did not." But I think she knew I like Thoth, and she's a 17th leather type person. So I started checking this out a little bit, and there's quite a bit of content here. So here's what kind of caught my attention. Now I have not seen all of these videos yet, but this fella, whoever this is, Jetson White, starts talking about, he connects Thoth to the 17 plan, right? Which I thought that was a pretty interesting type of, circumstance. And so I'm going through these videos, checking it out, and he's making some claims here that, he's talking about like Tesla's 369, early visitors knew how to use the original 369 structure of this realm. 1 second here. All right. Just making sure that I'm not too silent. Okay, here we go. So yeah, so he loves Tesla, right? A lot of Tesla stuff, a lot of Tesla info, the structure, how the pyramid was built, how it relates to the Tesla coil, which I've heard from many different angles that there was an extreme connection between these things, right? So hold on, this gets better. Okay, so now I don't know if the slide is in this video, but we're going to find it, and I'm going to get to my point in a few minutes. But this is going to build up to something very interesting. So I'm sure if you're here right now, and you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here, that you're going to like where I'm going with this. So give me some time. Let me work here. All right. So he's claiming that, now I don't know if he's claiming if like the spirit of Tesla now is on the team, but certainly that he was a big piece of the puzzle, right? We all know the connection between, Trump's uncle, T-Man's uncle, had a big part to do with it, right? So I'm going through these videos. And this was not the first one that I I saw. But by the way, this dude is a flat earther, okay? And he gets very into the firmament and talks about it, and then the West Gate and the East Gate, right? So he talks about, you know, the way that he describes the situation is that, you know, we were playing a game. In what I mean by game is like some sort of a 5D to 3D type scenario that was supposed to play out in the you know, the Earth plane, right? That was hijacked by the negative beings, be it the Orion group. I believe he does refer to the Orion group, and in this. And then he ties in a lot with like Wano Savin. There's a lot of mention of Wano Savin in these videos, which I thought was pretty interesting that he came up a lot. And you know, that's kind of what he's saying here. The Earth realm, Earth realm was now in an apocalypse, right? Sure. Let me find a couple other things here. The world is run by Prince Lucifer, right? I mean, that's pretty much in line with what I would say most others that study this are kind of in that direction of, right? The Great Awakening. Okay. So I'm going to keep going through these, but you mentions time travel, right? Which, like you talk about like Corey Good and some of these guys, they talk about this as a temporal war that we're fighting. And it appears to be more and more as we listen to the stories of whistleblowers coming out of these 20 back programs like Tony Rodriguez or Corey or Jason. What was it? Jason White? I can't, there's quite a few, right? And I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with that content by now. So we're going to keep moving here, but here's the video that really kind of light bulb went off, right? Synopsis 3, Rapture Workaround Tech. So he gets pretty scientific in these videos and starts to talk about, okay, the timeline flip, aka the rapture, is the next big event in Earth's timeline. He had a little chart in here. Hold on a second. Okay, so we're coming up to it. The upcoming rapture is a complete workaround from what was originally planned here before the hijack of the system. So again, this concept that there was a quote unquote game going on, which would be like a rise and fall scenario was happening, right? Where beings would come in and fifth density, the Earth would, or the beings or all together would shift down to a lower density, you know, reawaken, go back up to a higher density to gain spiritual knowledge and enlightenment, and evolve and evolution. Right. But something happened. And I do generally resonate with that concept that something didn't go right here. This wasn't, whenever you hear these people say, yeah, this is all totally normal and this is the way it is, this and that. I do feel like something strange happened here. That's not normal. That shouldn't have happened to some degree. That does resonate with me. Right. So let's see what else they have to say. Okay, so he's saying, so what he's saying in these videos is this event is not intended as a second chance for humanity. It's a fair first chance. So why is the Galactic Federation here? Why are all these strange things happening? Why are all these wars going on underground, right? So something unusual, I guess you could say, happened here, right? We got hijacked. The Rapture workaround is being pulled out by allowing our 4 twin ascension stars to time tunnel inside the dome. So again, he's saying there's a firmament, so they can be used as jump zones by the fleet of ascended support vehicles that have been arriving by the thousands for many years. Now, I do think that there's a lot of ships around this planet right now, this realm, this planetoid, whatever it is. And so I do think that there's a lot of ships here right now. That I do think. So what are they doing? Well, they obviously, there's an interest in this area right now, right? For some reason. Okay. So what's next? All right, so this is where it gets really interesting. And by using Tesla's magnifying transmitter technology to generate the necessary terahertz speeds required to transform a human body into a superconductor that can be levitated, fixed in place for transport, and loaded into these fleets in an expedited, orderly manner. So this could either be like the greatest psyop, glowing operation of all time, or maybe this is kind of what's going on. Maybe there's so the way that this channel talks about it is like we have to make a break for it, right? which that sounds crazy, you know, thinking about, well, yeah, okay, they're gonna use some technology to get everybody off planet, and it's good guys doing it, right? That could be the ultimate nefarious thing, right? They could just take us all. So it could go either way, right? Who knows? But there's something in here that really caught my attention, and we're going to keep moving through this particular video. And this is a series of 5, and there's a lot of content here, and I'm definitely not spoiling the whole thing, but I'm going to go up to one part. You know, okay, so he claims that these twin ascension stars here now inside the dome is what is causing skywatchers to believe Nibiru Planet X here. Okay, so there's obviously, you know, Nibiru Planet X and all that stuff. So there's definitely strange objects that are seen sometimes around the sun. For the life of me, I don't know what exactly they are, but there's lots of photography. In the South Pole, there's photography. So there's stuff going on all the time. There's things near the sun. There's things that take energy from the sun. So who really knows? But it's okay. So we have something here on that, right? Okay, so stars either cloak themselves or they ride the orrery poles. So they, again, he's kind of referring to Earth as a you know, like some sort of an device but he also does claim it has a spirit, I believe. Okay, which I think it does. I think the Earth is a living being personally. Okay. Ultimately, the Rapture workaround is an ion avalanche generated by a combination of underwater radar arrays, all producing the same tone at once, and Tesla's magnifying transmitter technology. When these two waves meet each other at a 90-degree angle, they combine to form a mega resonant wave. Okay, so now we're getting into the main event here. So this channel is saying that the plan involves using sound waves to make the escape, so to speak, right? And guess who is involved in helping do that? Okay, so we're going to keep going. All right. Now, this I thought was kind of cool, and obviously this is the real Tesla, and I don't know if this is even a real quote, but it kind of got me thinking. I'm going to pull down the whole thing. I'm going to bring the whole diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's going to be biblical, right? So you kind of see where I'm going with this, right? So did Tesla figure out that what was going on, and that's what he was really working on, was a way to exit the matrix? Whoa, wow, deep. Okay, interesting. So, okay, now here you go. Navy's new scalable radar technology. So one thing I have several ways I've come across this information. I keep coming back to it. I don't know exactly how, but I know that there's a lot of stuff going on underwater. There's a lot of stuff going on even in the Great Lakes. I had, whispers in my ear. And I'm trying to get some verification and tie some things together and make some contacts that I have to talk more, go more in this direction and see if I can verify some of this stuff. But think about that. If the plan involves satellites and underwater radar or underwater tech, right? That creates this frequency, and it creates the horn blast, from the rapture, from the Book of Revelations, right? The trumpets, all that. Wow, pretty deep. Okay. All right, decode this. Melania arriving in Florida when the inauguration gets started. Hexagons signify the radar tech being used for the rapture event. So I'll just leave that there. Wow. And then we have, what is this next slide? Okay, there's a picture of it again. Okay, and then again, he brings in Juan 07. I was like, whoa, okay, interesting. Sorry about that. I've never read Juan's book, but okay. And there's that. Vincent Kennedy, who some people think is some people thought was JFK Jr., right? I believe. The 144 are playing a role in the rapture as well. At the appointed time, they will be alerted to a tone at a certain frequency, which will serve as a loop antenna, which is required component for time travel operation, as well as one of the exit protocols of the 144 are here to complete. So any of us that feel like we're in that group, here's some info for you. The last trump will be a 5D magnetron sound blast that will sound like a mighty trumpet blast and will expand worldwide in moments. Every being in the system will be aware of it, and those humans whose frequency is within a certain range will literally have their bodies converted into superconductors in the twinkling of an eye. So wow, that's a pretty big statement. And again, this just caught my attention for a lot of reasons. And so I wanted to share this with you. I thought it was interesting. Once everyone is loaded safely aboard the Ascension support vehicles. So again, this could either be the greatest thing ever or the ultimate takeover. And it could also be I hate to keep going back and forth and throw shade on it, but as much as this could be a good thing, okay, maybe the white hats really do. There's no other way. Like, they have to do this. That's the only way we're ever going to ascend, and we're trapped in the matrix forever if we don't. Got to do it, right? Or is it a negative Orion group taking us over, right? You always got to think both ways. But I tend to think that this is there could be some truth to this. So, okay, the fleets will dock on the West Gate Transport Bay, just outside Earth's Sun Gate. The first jump from the Sun Gate will be to an Altiniac Stargate, a real twin star, which will then jump them to the Sirius Stargate, a real twin star. Destination, a prepared 3D plus system within the Sirius star system. Okay. During the transport to Sirius Star, a time tunnel is being formed out in front of them, while at the same time, their new West timeline is being built out, the new West. So we're going to have a new West. When humanity arrives in the Sirius star system, whatever has already been set in motion here regarding the new society and its laws under a godly constitutional republic will be integrated into their new world. That sounds great. Because I'll tell you what, man, I'm not digging our form of government right now. And, our general discourse has become pretty stale, I would say. Okay. T-Man's role has been both to remind humans of what a constitutional republic is supposed to be run like, and to ensure that the new timeline has everything needed to build out this new republic. Well, that's nice. Each Ascension support vehicle is fitted with the light chambers. So it gets into these ships and what they do, and they're going to have med beds and all that, right? For all that. Okay. It'll be great. Okay, though I've not yet received external confirmations, these light chambers are known to repair DNA. So I'm assuming that those who have taken the jab will be fully restored like everyone else. So apparently, if this is so, they're planning on doing it relatively soon. The jab is not the mark of the beast. Having a darkened and active pineal gland is the mark of the beast. Because following and believing the image that is being broadcast out by the beast instead of believing in God is what causes the deactivated state. Okay. So I won't read every one of these, but okay. Oh, sorry about that. Had a little boo-boo there. Hold on. Okay. Everybody good? All right. So now this is one other point I'm going to make about this prediction, or what do you want to call it, prophecy. After 4 years of intensive education and training aboard the ship, they're going to, supposedly retrain us, right? So again, it's pretty intense. I mean, this doesn't sound very free willish right at this moment, but it's interesting. Okay. So again, there's a lot of claims being made here. I won't read everything, but I thought, okay, the rapture workaround is not a reflection of God or King Yeshua's power in any way. It's set in place by God so that humanity's DNA will be able to receive the upgrade it requires to move into its first true golden age. The hellish near-death experience happening now is what provides humanity with the ability to embed the knowledge gained from the experience into the DNA of the human race. So we're required to be here now to watch the chaos, right? To gain that experience for the next go around of humanity, to remember what happened here. And that's what's so important, right? To why we have to live through this nonsense. Like the other day, I was talking to one of my friends, and he said, the movie thing, you're watching a movie, and I go, this movie sucks. Joking around, and but it's hard to watch your country slowly die like this, right? And with these ungodly people, and know that the E was stolen, and know that you have a actor or a clone fulfilling the role, and just all that crazy stuff that's going on, that we're aware of all these actors, and just these whacked out groups, and the schools are, they're all the stuff they're doing right now. It's just it's not a good vibe here. It's not having fun. It's not like the 90s, where everything was happy, or the 80s or something. It's like there's like a real funk over our civilization right now, right? So we have to remember this. before we can go to 5D, we got to remember all that. Okay. All right. So, and one more thing. Okay. So if Earth's ascension evolution timeline would have been allowed to occur naturally through gaining of knowledge of, time, space, stargate travel, the preparation for the exit of humans from the 3D holographic matrix would have been only a matter of traveling to the sun gate. So again, they're claiming that whatever was done to encapsulate us and enslave us in the game, or however it was done, they totally wiped out our ability to do what was naturally going to happen, or the path we were on was diverted, right? It was diverted, which I can see that. So I do resonate with that, right? So that is the end of part 3 of that video. I'm not going to go through all these, but I will go through one more series here. There's a couple videos, like this was a good one, players in the UD game, why is technology is necessary, and this gets more into the technology. Real quick, I'll just pop, this is a short one, we'll just pop through this real quick. But why are all the ships needed? Why can't humans ascend naturally, right? So let's see here. Initiatory realms like the Earth serve as a starting point for civilization. Okay, let's keep moving. In the case of this realm, which is a free will zone, God could not revoke what he'd set in motion, so he allowed it to be hijacked by invading visitors who then joined forces with disobedient angels. So here we go, Book of Enoch, fallen angels stuff, right? The invaders that came in possessed advanced technology, and they used this knowledge to assist the fallen angels in denying God's creation. So something nefarious, extra nefarious happened here. That didn't work out for us. And that was it. The other video that I was watching the other day, or this one, they're kind of blending together, because some of my mind now is going back to the history of the flat Earth video, which talks about how you have this much bigger flat space, right? And then the sun every age, basically it all moves so that the ice sheet is always moving. So eventually, if we were on a flat plane, there's an ice shield, there's ice all the way around us, right? And then every so often that shifts and we go to a different part. And so that's why you kind of, so like we were supposed to already move out of this area and continue on, but they created an artificial sun. I can't remember which one. It's blending together now. I think somewhere on this channel talks about like, well, we were already supposed to be out of this realm, like we were supposed to go, but to keep the game going, they created the artificial sun, right? So some people think that is part of this whole deal. I don't know. I mean, when I go outside and I view the sun, like I feel like it's the real sun, but I can't really tell. So is it possible? I suppose, right? But this is a good, interesting video too. It talks about our DNA manipulation. The left entire race without the ability to master the 3D ego mind, which made natural ascension for the collective impossible. Okay. Coupled with the stealing of Earth's space-time travel timeline, the human race was left without any way to exit this realm within the limited time window. So again, we're not supposed to be here. Earth is now at the end of its time window. And that's why okay, so again, why am I going through all this? Top-level military intelligence is in league with God's angels to help move humanity out of this realm to where they can have a fair first chance to learn how to live without evil interference. I do feel like there's evil interference here. God darn it. Okay, and ascend naturally as a race. Cool. Even with their advanced technology, however, the enemy could only peer into the future. Okay. But in these last days, white hats have been given access to the benefits of divine time travel. Cool. Another alliance is held by the white hats of the benevolent galactics, who have been tunneling in with the hundreds of thousands of fleets of galactic ships. So and there you go. There's your galactic Galactic Council, or Galactic Federations, right? All that. These ships are here inside the dome out of necessity to provide the technological assistance needed for the repair of deliberately damaged human DNA. Okay, so some of this info was in the other video, the 4-year training period. It goes over that again. So there you go. All right, so this is another concept. It kind of ties in, and this guy just posted a video yesterday. I might check these out. There is one other thing I wanted to tell you about if you're into Thoth and ancient Egypt. So he claims one of the reasons this gentleman, Mr. White here, claims to be so on point is that he found Thoth's spaceship. And if you have read the Emerald Tablets a couple times or even once, like I have, that's a big part of it is that Thoth says, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, that his spaceship can be found. And I believe he refers to going into the king's chamber and laying in the sarcophagus. And there's some very specific instructions in the book. And I believe some of it you definitely have to be highly telepathic to, and very intuitive and really on your game to decode. But basically, these videos talk about how he found Thoth's spaceship, and it ties in the guy that makes the art crystals and the Seam Harami, and I'm butchering his name, but so it's good stuff, and I definitely need to spend some more time on this channel. He talks about T-Man's time travel technologies, John Titor, that alias that supposedly Trump had. I keep saying that. I'm not supposed to say it on here. Oh my God. Right. Whatever. The best is yet to come. So it's got a little dash of the 17 stuff. It's got a little dash of the flat earth stuff. It ties in some narratives. I thought it was a pretty interesting channel. I mean, again, take it for what it's worth. I'm just bringing it to your attention. But it definitely has there's a few things that here I won't get too specific, that I have had a little whisper in the ear from my contacts that could kind of put that all together, right? So interesting stuff. So yeah, that's the main video for today. I'm gonna jump over to the live chat here real quick and see what's up. So we got just a few comments real quick. I'll roll through. Third Eye View. Hi, regarding your last show, I totally agree with you regarding Santa. It's too much saccharine for me. Yeah, she's a nice lady. I mean, obviously a nice lady. It's just a couple of times when I felt like it was a little bit too much. And there was one or two times when I just remember it being like they had the news article had already gone out everywhere that was totally not true. And actually the news was right. And, the video was playing, and it was just like her just like gushing about it. And so, it's just my comment, but obviously a very nice lady and means very well. So not looking to start any beef with Santa surfing here, right? Okay. If you like Jetson White, look at Yellow Rose for Texas. The lies that NASA told is one of her videos. Thank you, Karen. I love when viewers turn me on to new content. It's you get your money's worth here when you turn me on to new content, because I'll maybe I'll find something and make a video about it. Hermano Brochko. So glad to see you. Jetson's a beauty. Keep going. You're doing good. This is interesting. Well, awesome, Rory. Well, I appreciate that. If anybody else wants to throw a comment out, I got a few more minutes here, and let's see if we got. Is this updated? Let me just double check. Okay. One moment, please. Where's my chat? There's probably a better way to do this, but okay. So yeah, so that is my synopsis of the video of Jetson White's channel. I have not checked out all the content yet, but definitely something going on here. Now, again, not to keep throwing shade on it, but could this be just another glowing op to throw us off? It could be, right? Nobody for sure can say. I never say anything with certainty here unless I absolutely know. I might say I believe it, but the word believe does have the word lie in it, right? So got to be careful. Um, Here you go. There's here's the omega hitting the sun. Look at this lightning here hitting that. Remember that when who was it? Scavino posted that. That was pretty interesting when it hit the Washington Monument. What do you guys think about that Washington Monument? Got a little pyramid of aluminum at the top. You guys think? I think in that flat Earth video they talked about this being a free energy device that they're using, right? Maybe this is what's powering some of those underground areas in DC. Maybe they're using the Washington Monument is being used to power what's underneath there, right? And now they're down there. There's something going on there in DC, by the way. Something weird going on. I mean, look at all that. Look at all the action there. Ambulances and floods. And New York's flooding now too. I wonder what's going on there. Interesting. Let's jump over to Telegram for a minute. So let's see. I just subscribed to Before It's News. Have you guys had? Let's see. What's going on? Trump in CPAC in Dallas. Mike Adams. This guy's pretty good, but I feel like honestly, he like some of his videos. I feel like he does have natural news, right? Some of this dude's videos are definitely a little bit like there's some shock headlines, but he's usually pretty on point. I mean, I listen to him on BitChute. He's another guy that's been kicked off. Like I mentioned, my BitChute is like my YouTube graveyard, right? A lot of vax stuff coming up here. What do you guys think about 4 or 5 leaders now that have gone against the boom 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 shot there have all died? That just recently the Haitian guy, right? You got several African nations that didn't play ball with these people, just smoked. I mean, gosh, like what's it going to take for people to realize this stuff? Like I feel like so much of the population just has no idea that there's this just insidious evil going on. Like I was talking to my parents today and they're just like, starting to possibly, after all these things I've said and other people have said, they're just like now starting to come to the mindset that maybe something is not the way that it's being portrayed. It's amazing how much people will believe this stuff. Trump Sara, payroll tax gone, treasury in control, massive gold reserves taken back, trillions in illegal slush funds taken back. It isn't about handouts. It's about prosperity for all. Trump Sara. That's something that what Santa would say that, right? Santa serving. I don't know, guys. That'd be great. I mean, it would be nice, and I'm not, I feel like I'm pretty fortunate. I don't, I would love to see a more fair level playing field for everybody around the world. I think there is a lot of oppression, no matter how you cut it. And I'm not making some statement about, this is bad or that is bad, capitalism's bad or socialism but we definitely need something different. And I don't think any ism is going to bring us to where we need to be. But here you go, cloning. I got to say, I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. I remember this guy. Okay, wasn't a big fan. I'll admit that. But who the hell is that? Look at that. Look at those ears. Everything's different. That's not the same person. Now, I will say, whoever that is has got the voice down pretty dang good. I mean, it's pretty convincing. Yeah, so that, look at these other ones though. Merck. Is that Hitler's daughter? I think so. Probably. Now, there's so many of her. I mean, God, that's not even, nobody's disputing that. Whoa. Who are those people? They're like king. Is that the king and queen of some country in Europe or something? I don't even know who that is. This guy. Look at this evil man. Oh, gosh. Oh.
Сделала первую прививку спутника.
Okay, she wipes it off.
Все сухо.
Wipe it off.
Начнем с маленькой ложки. Прислоняем. Дальше. Также большая
Bigger
ложка.
spoon.
Абсолютно
Double it up.
сухая.
Yes.
Прислоняем.
Yeah, exactly.
Дальше. Большой половник.
Whoa, ladle. Damn.
Прислоняем.
Jeez. What do you guys think?
Дальше. Вот.
I hope I'm not offending anybody, but come on. I mean, that's pretty wild. Oh man, I don't want to see that. I need one of these around me. Look at that. I like that. I could do this all day. Wow. The starter, the finisher. Okay. What do we got here? General Flynn, I love this guy, but I don't know. Like a lot of this stuff, it's good stuff. I'm not gonna knock General Flynn. But I will say that there's some Telegram groups I like more than others, right? I mean, I love General Flynn. I'm not against General Flynn, but okay. So, I'm going to stay away from politics anyway. James O'Keefe. What else is going on here? Code Monkey. Who else has got something for me? I like this. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention Nicholas Ventamium. But this guy is cool. He has great interviews too, and he's based 100%. Everybody's talking about Trump today. Now, ex-Supreme Court Justice supposedly dead. What? This is some hardcoreness. Now, I've heard, we all thought she was going to be awesome, right? I've heard nothing but bad stuff about her since she got in. Trump put her in. T-Man put her in. What's the deal? Is that her doing that with the slit pupils? Ooh. I guess she was no good. Ooh, creepy. Whoa. There you go. These reptoids are equipped with genetically and with telepathic communication, telepathically gang stalk you, ruin your life without even knowing who's doing it. Come on, man. That doesn't sound like free will. Is that why we need to create all this technology under the ocean and in the sky and vibrate ourselves out of this realm? Because we can't beat these guys, or what? Medbed. Is this actual medbed technology? What? Dude, he has a cone right there. What's going on here? This dude looks like he's in pretty good shape. Look at this. Or is that just a massage chair, guys? That is interesting. Okay. I pictured like more glowing things, and I don't know. Does that look like a medbed to you? Maybe. What else you got, Nick? YouTube has a new satanic symbol for us when you enter the YouTube studio, the hexagon. See, here you go. So a minute ago, the hexagon was great, right? When Wano Savin was doing it, it was great. Now the hidden cube is, so it's all perception, right? So I have a tattoo on my arm that is a 33 and like an eye of Horus on it and stuff, and it by concept, the reason behind it was it was like, we're taking this back, right? It's like, are these things evil, or have they been corrupted and like perverted, right? It's kind of like my way of looking at it. So good stuff on this channel, Nick. Man, you got Nick, dude. This guy is. If you have not followed Nicholas Venamian yet, he's definitely based as hell. He's awesome. It's just not the same guy. I'm sorry. It's just not. All right, Santa. That whatever this is, I just like it. I just think that's cool looking. I don't know. It's probably, you know, it could be satanic. I don't know, but it looks pretty. Got to say that. All right, about to wrap up here. I'm just goofing around. People seem to be enjoying me going through this feed. So this guy, just a dude, he posts a lot. He posts a lot of good anti-V stuff, right? A lot of videos there. Oh yeah, and this one, this guy does a lot of good scientific related stuff. V Darkness Falls. Wow. I'll have to look at this later, but oh, he's on that. It's on that tip. Masonic square and compass, of course. Symbolism of the black cube. So, all right. So many people believing instead of discerning. I like your channel because you hold back for more information before you jump to conclusions. Thanks. All right, guys. Well, again, as always, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor, and we'll see you back here soon. Thank you so much, and I wish everybody a healthy, safe, and happy week. Let's make good things happen, and I will see you all very soon. Oh, goodbye.